The first question is, what is MET?
I want to say like people who drive the ambulances, EMT.
How you spell net?
The New York Mets.
A medical thing. That's what comes into my mind.
What that's not like the emergency, that's not them.
No.
MET?
So MET is a major here, and it's manufacturing, engineering, technology.
That's why I don't know.
What do you think they would do in that major?
Manufacture technology.
A fun discovery experience for myself as well, because I started school in chemical engineering, had never even heard of MET. I finished my bachelor's degree in chemical engineering, was just trying to figure out, like, I think I want to do something a little more hands-on and just sit in front of a monitor designing how to make chemicals like for the rest of my life. And I think that's what an MET major does, is we don't necessarily have to learn all of the design principles that a mechanical engineer does, or all the science behind chemistry that a chemical engineer does, but we need to know a little bit about each of those. You're trying to learn just enough of that science and about how to build things that you end up being kind of like the translator between the technicians that are building something and the design guys. Because there's a lot of design guys that know how to design a part virtually and optimize it for strength and properties. And then there are guys that know how to actually build parts, but there's few people that know how to do both of those. So it's a balance of making a good part from the design side that you can make fastest and cheapest. And the only guys that can really do that, the translation between the two sides, is a manufacturing engineering technology major who knows a little bit of the science and design and a little bit of processing. And so it's the METs that end up usually being like the managers of the engineers. It's the guys that bring them together and solve problems like that.
The best part about being an MET major is being able to work hands-on in the labs with the concepts that we discuss in class.
I love working with my hands and seeing that what I do has an actual physical application.
I like to see how things are made, like products that we use every day, and see all the effort that goes into making the products.
I feel like I'm in the lab a lot just because I just really love to create things.
Everything you learn is applied. In every class that you have an experience or project of some sort that you're able to apply that knowledge so that it becomes part of your education, is using the knowledge rather than just knowing it and forgetting it.
One of the funnest things about my job is that there isn't really an average day. Some days I'm working heavily with production guys, trying to get different products into production out of concept. Sometimes I'm working with the owners of the business, doing a lot of concept development, and on those days I'll do some CAD work, I'll do designs, I'll build prototypes. In building our prototypes, sometimes our production guys will build me pieces that we've already got, and then I'll take those and recombine them, cut them up by hand, turn them into something else that we can test. So we'll take a seat cushion, for example. Almost everything we do is cushioning. We'll take a seat cushion and we'll cut it up and test it out, test out some ideas for a pillow, and then I'll take and I'll design a pillow in the CAD program. Then once I get that designed, then I'll spend some time working with the machine shop to get a new mold made. It wasn't really that hard. When I was finishing up my master's, I was thinking about doing a PhD. Some things changed, and so we decided not to do a PhD. And within a week of deciding to get a job instead of working towards a PhD, I had interviewed with 2 different companies and had an offer at both, and started working within 3 weeks of deciding. and I've been here almost 10 years.